Hello everyone. We're going to do a balance session now, and this is part 2 because I've done one before, and part 3, which is coming next, is going to be sort of a balance challenge, okay? So we're going to strengthen up to help with our balance. So we're going to do 4 exercises today. We're going to start standing, okay? You won't need any equipment. Unless you want to add resistance to some of the mat work ones, then grab a loop, okay, or a band. So we're going to start very simply, okay? We're going to stand next to a wall if we need to, because it's a balancing act, okay? And we're going to do some semi-circle legs. Now with these, I want you to keep your pelvis nice and stable. So draw your tummy in so your abdominals are on. Hands on your hips or hand on a wall if you need some support. And we're going to draw a little semicircle to our side. And we're going to semicircle back. Now to make this a bit easier, leave the foot on the ground. To make it a little bit more of a challenge, hover that foot slightly so that you are working your standing leg. Now if you are holding onto a wall, don't lean into it, okay? I want you to stay nice and upright. You've got 4 more. So that when you come round and back, round and forwards, everything stays stable in your torso. Okay, give me 2 more. Exhale back, balance. Inhale forwards, 1 more. You're getting right around this hip joint and forwards. Okay, let's do the other side. So the other foot comes out in front. Keep the working leg nice and straight. So the leg that's semi-circling, keep it nice and straight. We're doing 8 on each side. But soften your standing leg a little bit, okay? So don't look at your standing leg. You have a bit of better chance of balance if you keep that standing knee soft. Okay, keep the abs switched on. 4 more. Try and stay nice and long through the torso if you can. And 3 more, but please hold on if you're struggling with that balance, okay? 2 more, or keep the foot down on the ground and slide it. 1 more. And bring it back. Oh, both hips should have got that. Your glute med on the outer hip, that works really hard just when you're stood on one leg. So moving the other one is really challenging. Come away from the camera, we're going to walk the line. Okay, we're going to do a tightrope walk. We're going to do heel to toe. Use the arms for balance. Try not to look down at your feet, but we're going to bring heel to toe. So you're going to come towards the camera. Okay, so go away from the camera to start. And we'll do 6 steps forwards. Give me 1 more. And then we reverse it and we do toes to heels. And again, try and stay looking forwards so that you're not looking right down. And you know what? Don't worry if it doesn't quite work. Heel to toe. You're going to do it again if you can. So you're going to bring it forward for 6, 5, 4, 3. Keep your core switched on. 2 and 1. And then you're going to take it back for 6, 5, 4, keep the core, 3, 2, and 1. And just shake that off. And then we're going to just do the last 2 exercises on the mat. We're going to do some side kicks into some clams. I'm not going to bother turning the screen, so you might just miss my top of my head or my feet, okay? But you can get the idea. Draw your abdominals in. If you do want resistance on this one, put a band around your thighs, just above your knees, okay? But don't go straight away for the resistance. Let's build up that outer hip strength first. Take a breath in. Exhale, let's lift that top leg. Inhale, let's lower. Do it again. Exhale, lift. Now I know you can't see my feet. Inhale, lower. We've got 8 more. We're doing 10 each side. But what I'm doing is pointing to lift and then flexing the foot to lower. And again, point to lift. You're just going to elongate those muscles and flex to lower. Exhale, lift, relax your shoulder. Inhale, lower. There's no tension up here. Exhale, lift. Inhale, you've got 4 more. Now really engage your core muscles because you might want to test your balance here and pop your hand on your hip. You might not, you might want to keep it there. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. But make sure it's this outer hip getting it. Exhale, lift with a point. Inhale, lower. Give me 1 more. and lower it down. Now bend those knees up so your feet are just behind you, okay? Hand on the hip, you can leave the band on if it's across the thighs. We're going to clams. So you open and close. Now it's really important here as you exhale open that you don't roll back. Inhale, close. Because I want you to target these deeper hip rotators now. So you're going to get right into the deep glute. If you do find that you are suffering with sciatica at the moment, I would rather you avoid the deep hip rotations and maybe go for a lift here instead. Inhale, release. Just to take that pressure away from the deep hips. Okay, and again, 5 more. So we're doing 10 side kicks and 10 of these clams, with or without resistance, but definitely keeping those hips nice and stable. Come on, 2 more. Your tummy is switched on, so everything through your abdominals, they're all on and firing. And release it. Let's go for the other side. So as I said in standing, your glute med, this outer glute muscle, this outer hip, that's going to do a lot of work to help you stand on one leg. So when you walk, when you run, okay, when you just stand on one leg for a bit of a challenge, draw your abs in, guys, and we point lift, we flex lower. So that's why we're targeting that muscle. Point lift, flex lower, but the hips don't move. So as you're strengthening around the hips, you want the hips just to stay in a nice stable position. So that lovely muscle on the outer hip gets to work on moving the leg. It's quite easy in this one as your hip gets tired. It's quite easy to almost hitch up here in the waist and pull your hip up rather than lift your leg up. So it's a subtle difference. But if you pop your hand on your hip, you will see that there's no movement. Okay, there's no hitch up here, but it's a very subtle difference. So give me 3 more. Point lift, flex lower, drop the shoulder, 2 more. Good, give me 1 more. Well done. And bend those knees, guys. Tuck your feet behind you with or without a band. Hand on the hip. Let's open. So we squeeze it open and we close. Now, if your feet feel like they're in the wrong position because your hip range of movement is different person to person, then you might want to just eke them forwards, those feet, just an inch, or eke them back just an inch. The main thing here is that the hips stay stacked, this top hip on top of the bottom hip, okay? And that you're rotating at the hip joint here. That's it, getting right into your outer hip. As I said before, if you're suffering with sciatica, if you're getting any pinching through here into your piriformis, you might just want to go for an opener and a close. 2 more. Well done. Last one. Draw the tummy. Good. And release it. You can roll onto your back, hug your knees in, give yourself a little rock if you want to. You can even cross your legs and draw them in just to get into those deeper hips. Make sure you do both sides. And normally I'd hold my stretches for 20 to 30 seconds just to get that nice release. So hopefully that helps, guys. That's part 2 of your balance. So let's go for part 3, maybe next week. All right. Take care, guys. See you soon. Have a great day.